welcome to GeoSnippits. I'm Headhardhat. In the next few minutes, we're going to give you an interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession, known as geocaching. Well, in today's episode, it is raining outside. That's right, and that makes a perfect opportunity to stay inside with my geo puppy Emily and myself to go and make a truly evil PVC geocache, and I want to show you how to make it. Let's get started now. This particular geocache is made of basically 5 components, so there isn't a whole lot to it. But the magic inside and how it works, that's where all the fun is. Let's go over what the components are to build our geocache for today. Let's go over the components you need for this amazing geocache. First thing you're going to need is a 2-inch water main shutoff valve. Now this gets a little pricey. This actually cost me at a local hardware store about 13 bucks. You know, that's sometimes you pay a little more to have the better quality geocache. That's what I paid for this piece. You're also going to need 2 male end connectors. These were about $1.50 a piece, and also 2 elbow joints. The other pieces that you're going to need to put this all together are some PVC glue, a logbook that you would normally put in a 35mm container. You're also going to need one of these. Now this is a pill container that's metal or aluminum. About $5 at your standard pharmacy. Work just like a bison tube, but they're a little bit shorter, which makes these really nice for what we want to use, and I'm going to show you why in a second. But you're going to need to use one of these. Okay, let's show where all the magic is with this particular geocache. You have your water shutoff valve, which is basically an on-off knob that inside there is a ball. Literally a ball with a circle in it that equals out to the 2-inch here. This is with it closed. When you open it, the ball turns, out comes your pill container / bison tube. That's how this works, and that's how this is going to keep this particular geocache nice and dry. If it's enough to shut off water on a regular basis, close, there you go. We're going to put this all together and show you how it works. Okay, now that you know how the magic works with the water main, let's put this together. There's not a whole lot to it. The first thing that you're going to want to do is to get your water main piece right here. And then we're going to glue 2 separate male end connectors that are going to screw in to each side. Let's do that now. So what I'm going to do here is I've got my PVC glue and I've got my male connector. What we want to do is just kind of glue these connector pieces so they stay solid into the main valve. So I'm going to glue both of those now. Just give a nice little coat right here and a little coat here. Doesn't take much for these suckers to glue. Then you take the pieces and you screw them in place. Nice and tight. Always make sure that you have your ventilation open in your area, by the way, when you're using glues. Those fumes will get you every time. But that is the first phase. Not a whole lot to it. Let's go on to those elbow joints. We've got 2 elbow joints that we need to glue. The part that doesn't have the lip on it, we're going to take this and glue that. Just like this. Just enough on the outside. Give it a nice coat. Do the same with the other side. Okay, now to put this together, you take your elbow joint, you have your valve here. You're going to put that facing up, and you're going to slide this straight in. It should just be nice and snug with the elbow pointing straight down. You want to have that completely straight down. Then you turn it around, and on the other side, put it in, exactly pointing down. Give it a good tug. Make sure it's in nice and tight. So there you have it. You have the complete geocache with the bison tube inside. It's closed. What'll be great is you can take this, set it on the ground, and the final two components are two stakes. If you take a stake and point it this way, and a stake and point it this way, put the stakes in the ground, this is going to stay really nice. Now, I wouldn't advise putting this in an area where a lot of maintenance is going to be, where somebody with a lawnmower can come by or somebody can accidentally kick it. This would be a good thing to put, oh, I don't know, somewhere in between bushes or someplace that there's not a whole lot of people walking around. But it's a beautiful disguise. I think it's a truly evil geocache. Open it up, out comes your bison tube. Very, very cool. Okay, so let's go over what we learned today. We learned you can make a completely, totally awesome, wicked geocache from PVC pipe. That you can make some things that look like general, normal objects that you see outside every day to hide geocaches in them. This took a grand total of about 2 minutes to put together once you had the components. I highly encourage you to go out, go to your hardware store and start experimenting with different types of ways of making hosts for geocaches. Well, folks, this is Headhardhat saying we hope you come back real soon to GeoSnippits, where we can give you even more interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession known as geocaching. This is Headhardhat saying we hope to see you out on the trails real soon. Bye-bye, folks.